And, it was a case where they were protesting when President Obama came to town. They were outside the hotel where he was standing, holding a sign saying, "We have a better idea, Medicare for all," and they were arrested for doing so. And they were charged essentially with trespass and disobeying a lawful order. Disobeying a lawful order. The good news is that today the prosecutors saw fit to drop the charges. So Dr. Paris and Dr. Flowers are free to go back to doing their work.
Okay, well that's good news. Dr. Paris, how do you feel about this? I know you participated in the action down at the Inner Harbor, so what's your feelings?
Well, my feeling is that I think the best thing that happened was that you were there to videotape it and and get it up on YouTube, because we know that the mainstream media is just avoiding any coverage of the single payer issue, and that continues. And so I'm grateful for the efforts of all of the people who try every way they can to use the alternative medias to grow our grassroots movement. And I think that the legislation is going to help grow our movement by its ultimate failure to accomplish the goals of universality and affordability.
Okay.
And I'm glad to be able to go back home now and go to work.
And you got to go back now. You got a little bit of a car ride ahead of you.
2-hour drive back to Leonardtown to get back in time to pay my taxes and go see some patients.
Now, all this experience been worth it to you? The fact you went down the Inner Harbor, you risked arrest, you wanted to get the president's attention about single payer.
Absolutely. It's always worth it. And I'll keep doing it if it is a strategically useful endeavor. So that's fine. But I am very glad that these charges were dropped, and so I don't have to deal with having a rap sheet. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is the sun in your eyes this way too?
No.
Oh, okay.
A little bit, it's okay.
And
Good
Dr.
job.
Flowers, what's your feeling about the outcome of the case today?
Well, it is a relief that they dropped the charges, but as far as this whole experience, I would have been much more pleased if the president or one of his assistants had actually taken our letter, because that was the point. The point of this action was that the debate, this so-called health debate that we had, was not a debate. It was political theater. It was driven by the health industry dollars. They got exactly what they wanted, and the downside of that is that we haven't changed. We haven't done the work that we need to do. People are still going to be suffering and dying and not able to get health care, even though they're being told that they've gotten something remarkable. So, I would have been a lot happier if we'd been able to get our message to the president and the White House administration and had been able to influence the legislation in some way to address those problems. But since we didn't, our work continues, and we will continue to work for this, and we look to people around the country to get involved and get active and help us create a health system in this country that takes care of our people. It's the least we can do, really.
Anything else, Dr. Flowers?
No, thanks for coming down and always being there.
Okay. Well, just